welcome to Bad Movie Brothers. I'm Eric.
I'm Primo Baby.
No, we watched Primo Baby.
Oh, that's right. I'm Chad. I'm sorry.
I am happy to call you Primo Baby for the rest of our lives.
That's fine.
Although, I should be Primo Baby.
Uno Baby.
You're Secundo Baby.
Okay.
Ultimo Baby.
Ultimo. There you go.
There you are. Primo Baby. Primo Baby, for those of you who haven't seen it, which would have to be everyone. Is the somewhat cliched story of a young tomboy orphan girl named Pascal,
right,
who is adopted by a guy who has a horse farm and a obnoxious son. So he has adopted a young girl to keep his son company in the movie Primo Baby.
So a huge part of this movie is that it's Canadian.
Yeah.
So that sets the stage for nearly everything.
I would say the Canadianness of this movie is its primary trait.
Oh, gosh.
It's like watching a movie version of Hey Dude.
It's like watching on the Kroll Show on Comedy Central. He has Wheels Ontario.
Yeah, that Degrassi parody.
And everyone in this movie acts just the way they do in that little sketch.
Yeah.
It's awful how people act and talk and react to things. Oh, my goodness.
Well, careful. I don't want to...
Right, dang Canadians.
You're going to start a war with our neighbors to the north.
Being all Canadian. This is old school Canadians.
It's worth noting, again, we mentioned this a lot. We normally record 2 of these at a time. The other movie that we watched for this evening, The Shrunken City, also Canadian.
Yeah, but they weren't acted Canadian.
Seriously, this is real Canada burlesque for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Yeah, watch it. Oh, my goodness.
So here's the thing. Here's 2 things about Primo Baby. One, I very nerdily have an app on my phone that I use to keep track of the movies I've watched.
Great.
It really helps. It's great for my OCD. And so I put Primo Baby into it after I finished watching it.
Yep.
First person on the app to have seen Primo Baby.
Oh, my goodness. You win.
Hasn't happened before.
Is everybody asking you, what's that about?
Not yet.
Oh, just wait.
They should watch the show.
Watch the show.
Second thing, Chad. I loved Primo Baby.
No. The horse or the movie?
The horse. Primo Baby's the name of a horse. The horse more than the movie. But I kind of loved the movie.
Ugh. No.
Now again, and I'll make mention of this probably several times during this discussion. I watched this when I was sick and it had like 0 sleep. I was semi-delirious watching this, and that certainly affected how I perceived it. But there you go.
Pascal a different actress, or is that Macaulay Culkin?
I also said this. So our lead actress, Pascal, does look a lot like Macaulay Culkin, for sure.
Yeah, so the movie starts out, and I'm confused by the movie. There's cops chasing this girl all around the city like she's a murderer. And they're inept at chasing a person. I don't know what's going on. There's no information given.
I legit, not sick, loved the opening.
Well, how do you love that?
Because I thought this was a classic 80s opening.
But you don't know what's going on.
How did you not know what was going on? Pascal is...
There was cops chasing a girl. That's all I knew.
She's an orphan or whatever.
You don't know that at the beginning.
No, but you know. She's in with the wrong crowd.
Again, you don't know that at the beginning.
Yes, you do, because here's the thing. Because she's placing bets. She's running book at a racetrack.
But she said something about her dad. Her dad might be in charge. I don't know.
She's hanging around with this weirdo.
Are you sure she's 14?
She's, between 14 and 16.
Are you sure?
That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
And The cops see her. She's not supposed to be betting. So the cops see her, and they start chasing her, agreed, to a bizarre degree.
Yes.
Because they're not content with just chasing her off from the racetrack.
Right.
She then hops a train, and then they follow the train in their cop cars. In what I actually thought was a great sequence, because they're intercutting the train, the cop car, and the horse race with awesome 80s music and the commentary of the horse race. I thought it was really cool.
I didn't say it wasn't entertaining.
All right.
I said I didn't get it. I was confused. I was lost.
Now that's agreed. What the cops are doing, I couldn't tell you.
Ugh.
Nor could I tell you. They make mention to having done this multiple times.
Multiple times.
We should have run after her. We'll never get her in the car. I'm tired of chasing her. I want a more serious assignment than taking Pascal Graney every Saturday.
That they can never catch this girl, and they're sick of it.
That'll bring me to a question later. We'll get to my question later.
Okay. We're going to get to my question right now, which is that the cops eventually are stopped because they drive their car into a protest.
Right.
But the protest is all children.
Yeah.
Who immediately start banging the cop car with their placards. What are they even protesting?
I don't know, but this is an honest statement.
Yeah.
I barely knew that Canada had regular cops just because of Kids in the Hall.
Sure.
But I assumed that at a horse race there'd be the mounted cops. But I didn't see them. So I was even more confused by the cop situation. I knew the movie was Canadian immediately by the way people are talking. But then they were just all regular cops. I was looking for the mounted cops.
Just because there's horses, you think there's Mounties?
Where else are they going to be?
The Mounties?
Yeah.
The Yukon.
Are you sure?
I think so.
You don't even know.
Unless it's the one from due south.
Now let me ask you: would you have known that Canada had regular police without seeing Kids in the Hall? Or would you have assumed that they were all mounted police?
Well, I couldn't say because I saw Kids in the Hall quite a few years ago.
Right, sure.
So, that certainly informed things. I don't remember watching the Kids in the Hall and going, oh, they have like actual grown-up, like regular people police? Like a real country? I think I probably just assumed that. Much like I don't automatically assume that the only police in London are the ones with the big hats.
I'm pretty sure they are.
I don't think so.
Well,
and I knew this before I saw Hot Fuzz.
That doesn't count. It's a comedy.
So is the Kids in the Hall. Check and mate.
That's real life. First reality show. Let's move on from the cops.
All right. So then she gets back to the, halfway house she lives in, which is extremely lax.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. No problems.
They don't mind that she's been gone all night.
Hi. Picked the right horse again yesterday? We missed you last night.
They don't mind that she's 16 years old.
And they definitely don't mind when some rich guy shows up and he's like, I'll take that one.
Yeah, so creepy. That is so creepy. First of all, what rich guy shows up? Rich horse rancher shows up at like this weird halfway house that is some drive away.
Yeah, because he lives out in the boonies.
And he says, give me the one with the most problems.
Also,
to go with my most problematic son.
Also, he has done no looking into this girl, because we're told fairly early on that her for realsies dad is in prison.
Because the only picture she has is from the newspaper.
It's like a really stagey 8x10.
Yeah.
That I swear I thought was Jay Leno for a second.
Look like him.
I was
Look
like, why
him.
does she have a picture of Jay Leno?
Daddy?
But yeah, does Horse Dad know anything about this?
No.
No. Takes her home to his ranch out in the boonies.
Now let's hold on.
Yeah.
Now, this girl Pascal's getting this break of a lifetime, and she is a jerk.
She's really snotty through this whole movie.
I thought this place was rich enough to have janitors.
A jerk.
I like that this to you is the break of a lifetime.
It is.
If you're an orphan, what else are you hoping for? You're waiting for a rich horse dad to show up and take you to a land of horses.
But where did we see her to begin with?
You're right, at the track.
Break of a lifetime.
It's as it could have all been a dream.
That's right. They could have been dreaming in the shrunken city.
Hold on, real quick. I want to pump the brakes just 1 second.
Pump them.
I want to jump back to the cop chase. Because it's worth noting that after she escapes the cops, then she just wanders the streets of Calgary all night, including a really weird sequence with a prostitute.
Yeah, like where she almost took over the corner, right?
Right, because the prostitute gets picked up, and then Pascal like walks over to that corner and just like, for a second there, I was like, oh God.
Meanders quite a while.
Yeah, she loiters at that corner for long enough that you're like, oh no, movie.
No.
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 Fortunately, she leaves.
Right, thank goodness.
Whew. So she's whisked to Horse Xanadu.
Right.
Where she is then introduced to Horse Dad's son, Clancy.
Ugh, goodness.
Clancy is the worst. As snotty and obnoxious as Pascal is.
Oh, no, worse.
Clancy is like the bottom of the barrel for human beings.
He's like violent, too.
Well, we're also told almost immediately by either Clancy or his dad or both of them, because neither one of them really is beating around the bush about it, that she has been adopted 100% for Clancy's amusement.
So this is what you selected to keep me company.
Creepy.
Super creepy. We also learn quickly that Clancy is a computer genius,
Ugh.
a horse breeder,
Weird.
and in amateur horse breeder, and in what is the most obvious reveal
Yeah,
in the
I
history
saw
of
that coming
movies,
a mile away.
is in a wheelchair.
Guess there wasn't much to choose from.
Listen.
What are you staring at? Haven't you seen a wheelchair before?
Caused by an accident in which he supposedly killed his mother driving a car or something.
Right, something.
Something.
Yeah. So he's only spiraled into worseness by the wheelchair, and so they've drafted Pascal to cheer him up,
Right.
as if she's a puppy.
So this guy loves surrounding himself with jerk children, and he has hit the lottery with these two.
Yeah, for sure. And here, I want to illustrate to the viewers at home how Clancy is the worst. So here is a quick supercut of Clancy being the worst.
The horse was born defective and should have been put to sleep right away. Now my father can spend his days referring to my computer breeding as a catastrophe. Your father is a convict! So you've fallen for it. A pawn in my father's hand. And what's he going to give you? Some quarter horse that's not even line bred? Does my gambling remind you too much of mother?
So you mean that Primo Baby has both speed and spirit?
You bet. He was one of my first experiments.
And we're back. What a jerk.
The jerkiest. Crank Anchor's jerky. That's how jerky he is.
Don't you mean jerky boy.
Boys.
Meanwhile,
Sure.
also living at the horse ranch in some sort of unaffiliated capacity is this other kid, Polly. Polly's the best.
To think that Alexander Graham Bell did all that work to invent the telephone, when he could have simply waited for you.
It's over there.
This is her first day, Clancy. How about taking a break from being such a jerk?
Didn't know Polly was a kid until the high school stuff showed up.
What?
I didn't know. I thought he was just like a weird talking guy.
Yeah, so he is another kid who lives on the ranch, does not appear to have parents, goes to the same high school as Clancy and Pascal now do.
Yeah, he's like the horse trainer or something.
Yeah. He works with the horses. He's awesome. He's super nice to Pascal. He calls Clancy on his BS repeatedly.
Yeah. And the other kid, the enemy too, he calls out the bad guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because this movie needs an additional bad guy
Right.
on top of Clancy, who's another rich horse kid.
With whom Pascal falls in love?
Well, and with whom Clancy owes a ton of money.
Right. And then that guy owes a ton of money to another guy.
Yeah. Because at the very heart of this movie
Just scoundrels.
is gambling.
Yes, gambling.
This
gambling
movie
horses.
is, not just in the opening scene, this movie is so built on the back of gambling
Yes.
that Clancy clearly has a gambling problem. He
Oh.
is so in debt to this other kid that, like, at various points people talk about, like, oh, if you can't pay him back, it's going to destroy you. He could end up with, like, your horses.
By the time you pay that sleaze off, you're gonna owe him the ranch. Tell your dad and get it over with.
And these are like 15-year-old kids.
Yeah. So here's what I was saying the whole movie. Don't pay him back. This isn't legal. First off, betting isn't legal to begin with.
Right.
But nor does this kid like mob connected so he could get your legs broken. I'm pretty sure
Right.
if you were just like, you know what, I'm not going to pay that, that would be the end of it. But also, Horse Dad keeps telling Clancy, "Oh, you gotta pay. You gotta pay your debt." And like, Clancy, okay. So the
You're into this.
I am. This movie's very complicated.
It is.
So Clancy also makes a bet with Pascal.
I'm waiting until you get to like the crux of the movie, and we're not even there yet.
Oh, I think we're about to get there.
I don't think we are.
Well, first, this movie is called Primo Baby.
So, see, here we go. Now we're getting there.
And what we have
See, you were going to go somewhere else.
No,
you
no.
weren't even going to talk about the horse.
no, what we've neglected to talk
The horse
about
is the crux of the movie.
is the titular Primo Baby, who is a horsey.
And Horse Dad is so mad at Clancy because somehow Clancy messed up the breeding of this horse.
As if he was doing it in a lab.
Yeah, like he did it on purpose. He caused Primo Baby,
Who is a horse.
to be born with an eye disease to where he's going blind.
Yeah.
And that upsets everyone.
Everyone is so mad that this horse is, as Pascal repeatedly reminds us, not all the way blind.
Right.
He's got like 20% of his horse vision left.
Right.
So when we join the movie, Horse Dad has, as if, how can you not love this movie? Horse Dad, as if he is God,
Right.
is working on this. He has brought life into their world in the form of Pascal, and now he has taken life out of it because on the same day he's decided, let's kill Primo Baby.
Whoa, what are you doing to that horse? Oh my God, you're killing him!
Pascal, this doesn't concern you. I'd like you to go back to the house.
Is that something that horse ranchers do?
I don't know if they do it if a horse is blind.
Right, like if its leg is broken or whatever.
I'm sorry, if what?
Its leg is broken or whatever.
Okay.
Do you know that happens?
Yeah,
I've
I
seen
know.
it.
Yeah. Horses get sent to the glue factory, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm aware of it. Like, I know that sometimes, like at a derby or something, if a horse breaks its leg, that I'm very, trigger warning, they'll shoot that horse right there.
But they won't do it to a horse that's not yet blind.
Well, and I don't know about you. I don't know how far down the sentimental having a girlfriend road you've gone.
Oh, jeez.
But I have watched a PBS special about animal best friends.
I have 2 animal best friends in my house.
And one set of animal best friends in this special was a blind horse and the donkey. Oh,
There's one of them now.
there. I want to say Ella.
That's Ella.
Ella! One of the animal best friends was a blind horse and his friend.
Oh, it's just a tail.
You know what? Good night, everybody.
It's just a tail. Just Ella's tail.
Ella, did you enjoy Primo Baby?
Hated it.
No. One of
Yes,
these animal friends
horse.
is a blind horsey and his friend the donkey who leads him around.
Now, what you need to see
Yeah.
is many of the thoroughbred racehorses
Okay.
have best friend goats
Really?
that sit on their backs and hang out and climb on them and stuff.
That does sound pretty cool. I do want.
You got to see that, yeah.
Okay. I'll YouTube that later.
Yes, you should actually.
Goat plus horse.
Yep.
So yeah, so they're sick of Primo Baby,
I don't get it.
who is an enduring symbol of Clancy's failure, even apparently more so than the wheelchair.
And Clancy hates the horse too.
Everyone hates this horse, and so they're gonna kill the horse.
Not horse trainer kid.
No, Polly. Well, we'll get back to Polly. Polly is fine with the horse. So, and Pascal is like, "You guys are gonna kill a horse? That's messed up."
He's going to the slaughterhouse.
What? You can't kill an animal because he's going blind.
The horse belongs to Clancy, so it's his decision.
Sure. But you let Polly convince you that he could look after him.
And so
That's
she,
the nicest thing she does all
yeah,
movie.
and so she makes a bet with Clancy that she can turn Primo Baby's, like, give me Primo Baby. I'll turn his life around. If I don't, you get a twofer. You get to kill the horse, and I'll leave.
Yeah, it's more blackmail than a bet.
Well, but then Clancy's like, you're on, signs over actual official paperwork to Pascal, which Pascal then prevents to Horse Dad as they're loading Primo Baby into the trailer to go to the slaughterhouse.
Right.
And we've strayed away, folks. But getting back to my point about the power of gambling in this movie, Horse Dad takes one look at this official certificate and goes, well, I have no choice but to honor this bet.
Everything's here. This is all right in order.
Since the horse belongs to Clancy, I have to honor this wager.
What do you mean you have no, you're the dad.
The horse dad.
Horse Dad. And so, yes, so then a lot of the movie is the idea that Pascal, who is also working with another super nice trainer lady who also just randomly lives on the horse ranch.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to train Primo Baby to be not just a better horse,
Right.
but a racehorse.
But the condition is, if she doesn't do her work, horse dad will just take it and kill it.
Yeah, that's hanging over it is, listen, he is like, I am at all times 5 seconds away from killing Primo Baby.
I mean it, Pascal. If that horse is mistreated in any way, it'd be taken away without notice. Understand?
Yes.
I hope so.
So,
Dead.
keep that
Kilt.
in mind.
K-I-L-T, kilt.
And then, as you point out, Pascal is taken by the siren call of the rich white man and falls for the film's villain in a montage of bizarre dates, including a UFO-shaped hot air balloon.
What was that? What was coming out of the side of it?
An
What was that?
alien.
Is that what that was?
Yes, it was supposed to be a UFO.
Awful.
Meanwhile, Polly is concerned.
Now, wait a second. The way you said that made it sound like she was warming up and becoming nicer. Nope, she's still a jerk.
Oh yeah, no, she never stops being a jerk.
Look what you made me do. I forgot the tuna.
Pascal is also kind of the worst.
Yes.
But Paulie's concerned, and he's like, this chump's only dating you because he wants information on Clancy's other horse, who's a super awesome horse.
With the worst name ever.
What is the horse's name?
Say Gold.
Is it Say Gold or Stay Gold?
Say.
Are you
no T.
Are you sure?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But I'll bet you.
Oh, interesting. So Paulie is concerned that Rich Kid is only dating Pascal because he wants the inside dirt on Say Gold, because his family's going to be racing another horse in the same Derby Cup race thing as Say Gold.
I'm going to jump ahead a little bit.
Please.
Because of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The Calgary Cup or whatever.
Yeah. So the movie builds to a big race at the end.
Is it a big race, or was that the chintziest, worst race you've ever seen?
It is certainly compared at various points in the movie to the Kentucky Derby. It is not the Kentucky Derby.
It is not that.
No.
It is a race in Pawtucket, Kentucky somewhere.
It is
outside.
It is a county fair horse race.
At best.
It's certainly not a state fair horse race.
No.
No.
Oh, this is St. Joseph County Fair level race.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
With guest judges Jan and Dean.
In their most Jan and Deaniest. As it's pouring down rain, and nobody else is there.
This is a trademark Bad Movie Brothers reference to a thing that happened to our family as a special treat for our number one fan, our mom.
As they give away the prize vehicle to the guy.
Now you're conflating two events.
Are two things happening?
The car was given away at the Bobby Vinton concert.
Oh, jeez. Even worse.
Yes, when it's worth a brief digression to inform our viewers of a time when we were small children and we were taken to, I don't think the St. Joseph County Fair, but a local county fair.
Where else would it have been?
I think it was that other one that has the TV commercials. I can't think of what it's called, though.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway, we got dragged out there by our dad to see Bobby Vinton, who's like a 50s song guy, perform. And at the end of his performance, they were raffling a Cadillac, like an old classic caddy. And they bring Bobby out onto the stage to draw the name.
Back out onto the stage.
Yeah. And he reaches into the bowl, pulls out the name, looks at it, and he goes, well, this can't be right. Shows it to the guy, and the guy goes, no, that's right. And
That's
Bobby,
it. That's
and
it.
Bobby
That's the name.
Vinton's like, well, hold on. Shouldn't you let me draw again? And the guy's like, no. And then he makes an announcement. Yes, the car has been won by the company that provides the rides to the fair. And you'll all be thrilled to know that they said that if they won, and they bought a lot of tickets,
Yes.
that they would donate the car back to us to offer again next year.
Woo!
It was like the Frankenstein monster was on stage.
That's right.
You've never seen a crowd of Hoosiers so incensed.
Bobby V took off.
He was like, and I am out of here.
That's right.
Roses are red and I am gone.
So meanwhile, the Calgary Cup happened at that same fair, most likely.
That's what we're saying, yes. Anyway, she falls in love with this dude. We get the classic movie tomboy transformation, although she looks bizarre.
She looks worse. Well, the whole movie, by the way, at the beginning and up to this point that we're at right now.
Yeah.
She dresses like a crazy old lady.
She does. She dresses super weird. She wears a hat that looks like the Boy Scout hat that young Indiana Jones wears at the start of The Last Crusade.
Right.
Like the drawstring.
And the hat comes into play later in the movie for a scene that would have been good had it been set up previously.
Can we also talk about how Pascal puts her hands on her hips?
No, I hate her.
Because she doesn't put her hands on her hips like normal. They're like up here.
Yeah, way up there. Way up. She gives that hat back to her dad.
Yeah.
Apparently it's his hat.
Yeah, I did not follow at all that was like her dad's hat.
And she goes, here, you can have it back.
Yeah, because Dad shows up at the end of the movie very conveniently and is proven to be even worse than Clancy.
How old is she?
She's 30. Or 15? I don't know.
Even a more jerk.
Right. So she, of course, is like, well, I don't want anything to do with you, Dad.
Right. Here's your hat.
I'm going to live with Horse Dad.
That's right.
Anyway, so we get the big makeover scene. Rich Kid takes her on a date to a carousel, and that's when we find out, yep, he's been using her.
That's right.
So she rushes back home because you know what she's realized? Even though the movie doesn't really bear this out.
Nope.
That she has been ignoring Primo Baby for the sake of this guy.
She's been a real jerk.
Yeah. Now, has there been at this point a marked decrease in the amount of time that she's spending with Primo Baby? Or like scenes of like the horse looking lonely? Or her like, running out of like horse training? No. But she gets home, all duded up. She's like, I'm going to rededicate myself to Primo Baby. Where Primo Baby? Oh, Dad already took him over to the slaughterhouse.
The old executioner.
Yeah. They're killing that horse.
Yep.
A couple of quick sorries lead to them hauling butt to the slaughterhouse. They have to force their way in.
Right.
Because the night manager is not going to be stopped from horse murder.
Is this when they slaughter horses?
Yeah, in the middle of the night.
Sorry, folks, you'll have to come back in the morning. Office opens at 8.
Have you done Primo Baby yet?
Never heard of him. But the animals are all gone. Let's go.
No!
What the heck? Look out!
Yeah, not doing this.
I am not again going to have a young girl come and save the horse she loves.
Right.
No, sir.
Right.
And they just barely stop the murder of Primo Baby.
With just like a regular gun.
Yeah, well, I don't know how else they were going
I
to. I mean, I guess they could have had one of those Anton Sugar things.
Mm-hmm.
But now, if you're like me, you're watching this and you're like, okay, so now we're what, like 20 minutes away from the end of the movie?
Right.
There's like an hour left.
Yeah.
That seems like the natural like end of the second act.
Right.
But we do at that point then the movie does at that point start to be what the movie always should have been about, which is her spending time with this horse.
And Polly.
So that we also get to see that she does not know anything about horses.
Right.
Despite being like, I can take care of this horse. There is a part where she tries to get on the back of that horse.
Oh, man, that was ugly.
Unfortunate. Well, there's two, because there's one where she's just out in a field and can't figure out how to get on a horse.
Very City Slickers like.
And then there's another one where she puts him in a horse bath and tries to get on the horse in the horse bath.
That was an awful attempt, whatever that was.
But she teams up now with the nice horse lady, and they start training Primo Baby for the race, as also aided by Polly.
Whom I thought they were setting up some sort of a get-together with.
I also thought, and that's part of why I was annoyed by Rich Horse Kid, that at the heart of this movie was also a love triangle between Pascal, Polly, and Clancy.
But Clancy's her brother.
Even so, it is worth, we may as well just tell you folks, at the end of this movie, Clancy and Pascal have a budding romance
Oh yeah, they do.
that comes out of nowhere.
They put like 2 minutes into that thing.
Yeah, like there's definitely not like just all of a sudden Clancy's like, I think I love Pascal.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And like a couple of and throughout the movie, Clancy is still the worst.
Right. Absolutely.
There's a scene where Nice Horse Lady gives him a kitten.
Yeah.
I was terrified.
Thought he was gonna kill that cat.
I thought he was going to kill that kitten.
Yep. Light it on fire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really was.
Yeah, I thought so too. I really did.
And then there's a weird cathartic scene at the end where, in an appropriate but weird twist for the movie, Clancy admits to his dad that he has a gambling problem.
Is gambling hereditary?
All I know is admitting it is the first step. After that, you have to let people who love you help you.
In the midst of a scene that is at that cup race, where everyone is talking about gambling, and every other line of dialogue is, how much money did you put on Saygold?
You don't think it took guts for that horse to take one step after the other? Look at the odds on him, Eddie. You'll make a fortune off him if he even shows.
Right, because, after they save Primo Baby,
Yeah.
she decides she's going to turn him into a racer, and the goal is to get him in this race with Saygold.
Right. So,
Because kind of Saygold helps him stay on track because he can't see, but he knows Saygold, and she helps him or whatever.
right. And Saygold and Primo Baby are horsey friends.
That's right.
Now, does the movie do a good job of showing that?
No.
No, not at all.
They never show them together at all.
No, like it would be great to have like some scenes of them in like the field, or like they're trying to
Frolicking.
teach Primo Baby how to do something, and
Right, and she's
Saygold
showing-
trots over and like kind of
Yeah.
helps. Does not happen.
No.
I
No.
dreamed it
And-
happened. In the better Disney version of this movie, that is a huge part of it.
And it's quite the production to get Primo Baby into this race because he's blind.
Right. So she registers Primo Baby. She also registers Paulie as Primo Baby's jockey without telling Paulie.
Right.
But Paulie's cool about it because
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Because he's Paulie. And then like the race commissioner or whatever calls up and he's like, "Hey, hold on. Is this horse blind?" Rich
Right.
Horse Kid seems to suggest to me that this horse is blind out of some
Yeah.
sort of weird spite.
And I trust everything this child tells me.
Yeah. Now,
Other child registering a horse?
Yeah, because she does. First, it's worth noting Pascal does a lot of paperwork in this movie
Yeah.
because she registers the horse by herself.
Mm-hmm.
In a scene that reminded me of the Wayne's World 2 scene with the guy with the weird
Absolutely.
eye. Yeah.
Absolutely.
She also, when she goes to high school for the first day, has to do all of her high school paperwork.
Yeah.
Why hadn't Horse Dad done this?
Well, the lady says, your halfway house lady did most of the work, so you just have to do these last two papers.
Yeah, because it's normal for us to have students enroll themselves.
Thank you, throwaway scene that we don't need.
Right, thanks Canada.
Yeah.
Well, but that scene explains why her name is Pascal.
Yeah. But who cares?
Speaking of weird names,
Mm.
what is Paulie's name?
Polly Robinette or something? I don't know. What was it?
No, how would you spell his first name?
Pauly?
Yeah.
I don't know. Pauley?
Right. No.
No.
Because there's a scene near the end where they reveal that his actual name is Napoleon.
Oh, right.
And his name isn't Paulie, it's Polly.
Oh, jeez.
The whole movie, and if you listen, it gets canoned up, but they are saying Polly.
Polly's going oot.
Poley.
All right, let's move on. That's awful. That's gross.
Polly named him.
Napoleon Polly. Ugh.
So meanwhile, Pascal, who has become somewhat less annoying by her love of a horse,
Barely.
Gets the Canadian media whipped up into a frenzy.
Yeah, why was this all over the news? Who cares?
They will not let this blind horse race.
Why?
Now, a quick question. Does it matter if the horse is blind?
I don't know. It seems to.
Don't they put blinders on horses anyway?
I thought so. I thought they could barely see anything. Like just
and they put those things
sliver.
over their eyes.
And
so
the
I
ears,
thought
yeah.
that just as long as the jockey could see, you were fine.
Right. I'm pretty sure that's the truth.
I mean, I don't know anything about horses.
Not a thing. Hate 'em.
No.
Scared of them.
You're scared of horses?
Yeah, it's huge, man. That thing could decide to take you out in a second.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how afraid of a horse are you?
6.
Like, would you get on a horse?
I try not to.
Okay. I like a horse.
Well, to me, they're no different than a bear.
Not even the part where one of them eats meat?
I don't know. Do horses eat meat?
No!
Are you sure?
Yes! Where were you raised?
But see, the thing is, it doesn't matter. You could be on a horse, and that horse could decide, I don't want you on me anymore. And then you could get hurt. You could die. And then it could stomp you.
So eventually she gets Primo Baby into the race.
Right. And they race.
And here's the thing, buddy. So the race, like you said, is a weird, sparsely attended, low-stakes affair, although everybody is talking about how much money they're going to make off Primo Baby.
Right.
The bookie from the beginning of the movie is back. He wants to make a lot of money. Pascal's dad is there. Why? I don't know, because he has no interest in anything.
And he doesn't bet on their horses.
No. So and when it's announced that he has bet on a different horse, that's the final straw.
Now you're doing pretty good without me. Eddie says you got a horse running today.
Betting on him?
Right. Kind of goes against what I taught you.
We don't bet on losers.
The race starts. The bell rings. The horses are out the gate. Primo Baby, dead last.
Lasto, baby.
And then, Chad.
Yep.
Now, Saygold, near the front, breaks off, falls back, gets Primo Baby, and they run together, not just to the front of the pack, to victory.
Inner force is still on the front end, holding it by 1.5. On the outside, Saygold and Primo are both holding up, and still inner force by an X. They're heading for the wire. Here comes Saygold on the outside.
No, Primo!
It's going to be Saygold and Primo and the inner force. It's going to be Saygold and Primo and inner force.
I think that's probably impossible in all actuality. But that's fine. That's fine.
And here's the thing. There's two things. One, does Saygold's jockey have no say in any of this?
No, Saygold doesn't care.
Because wouldn't the jockey be calling this? So did the jockey do that move? Or
No.
did the horse do that move?
The horse did that.
Second thing, I guess there's going to be 3 things. Second thing, it's super disappointing that Pascal isn't the jockey.
Right, I thought she was going to be.
Like, I thought Polly was going to get hurt or wouldn't be able to do it or something, and Pascal was going to have to, and that was going to be the big difference or something.
Well, when she showed up in her Madonna outfit, I thought for sure that she was going to be the jockey.
Yeah, no, she's not the jockey. She never rides.
She just wore
Primo
that
Baby.
for fashion.
Third thing. So this is happening, the final race, right?
Yep.
As I mentioned earlier in the show, I am home, sick, I haven't slept, I'm a little delirious. I'm watching this movie. Saygold breaks off, starts falling back. I am sobbing.
Oh, God.
I am just heaving, crying, watching this movie. Disgusting. They're horsey friends.
They're more than that at the end. They're
Well,
horsey
yeah,
couple.
They sure are.
Horsey parents.
My heart grew 3 sizes.
I got a question and
Yeah.
a point.
Okay.
So, as we started out speaking about the opening of this movie,
Yeah.
what happens at the beginning?
Police chase.
because I assume they're trying to get her away from horse gambling, horse racing, all of that.
I think I see where you're headed. Yeah.
So, the end of the movie, she's involved in exactly that.
Yeah.
To a much larger extent, I feel. No cops.
Here's the difference. She's legit now.
Is she? She's still betting on horses.
Yeah, but also, do you want to know the real reason or do you want to know a funny reason?
I don't care.
All right. I think the real reason is that in the opening scene, she was being an illegal bookie. And in the end scene, they're actually placing bets through the racetrack.
But do you see what I mean? Like, they just gave up on that whole thing. Oh, she's.
Well, so what? At the end, you wanted the cop to show up and try and arrest her during the race?
If they think she was committing crimes, they're not just going to give up.
This movie's chock full of crimes.
I know. I know.
First, you got Clancy's weird eugenics experiments.
And then his craziness at the end. Who knows what he's doing at the end?
Well, at the end, there's the big revelation that he didn't kill Mom.
Right.
Because Mom was driving.
So he lied to the cops there.
He lied to the cops. Are you wearing a T-shirt that says villain on it?
Yes. Villain Club.
All right.
You're welcome.
Just good to know who's the bad guy.
Do
you wear that around the bank?
Yes, I wear a wrestling T-shirt around the bank.
Oh, it's a wrestling T-shirt? I didn't know.
Yes. Yes, it is. Marty Skrull.
Okay.
Continue.
Yeah. Yeah, listen.
Oh, I have a point as well.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm fairly sure that whoever wrote this magnificent film just completely stole the Rocky movie.
Oh, you mean like every sports movie?
Well, I mean,
like
the name of the...
Like The Sandlot?
Yeah, the name of the kid is Paulie. Finished second.
Oh, this is a real Joel Houston theory right here.
Underdog story. His name is Paulie. Of course he stole Rocky.
In any event, Primo Baby, I sort of loved it.
Finished second. What a loser.
Right, and you stayed through the credits, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for the end credits reveal that Saygold and Primo Baby
are parents.
Have their own
parent
baby.
Horses. They're their own horse daddies.
They have a horse baby.
Yep.
I would like to see this movie remade. I'd like to see the Walt Disney Corporation involved. Let's streamline this thing. There are too many characters. There is too much plot. I want to see a story about a girl and a horse and the horse's horsey friend.
It is too Canadian.
Says you.
Oh, please.
Says you.
Please. You didn't feel it?
It's very Canadian.
Yeah.
The only it's one dish of poutine away from being a Trudeau.
Okay.
That is, I think, anything I have to say about Primo Baby. Do you have anything else you want to say about Primo Baby?
No.
All right. Well, then with that, friends, thanks for watching.
We bid you adieu.